Great news today. There's another $1,000 stimulus check coming out soon. Yes, no joke, not clickbait, real $1,000 checks. I'm going to cover a bunch of checks. I'll share all the details with you and help you find out if you qualify. Find out about that check that I'm talking about, along with all the stimulus checks that are confirmed to come out soon. Why one town declined federal stimulus money altogether, and gas prices so high because oil companies are involved in illegal activity or engaged in illegal activities. Interesting, right? Joe Biden thinks so, and Joe is going after him. So you don't want Joe Biden coming after you, not the president. Yep. Especially we just saw that one of the top rioters got 41 months, right? Sentenced today. You're not going to want to miss these stories, so stick around to the end. Hey, everybody. So funny, I was looking at some of the people who watch the channel here, which I love you guys. You guys are smart. It's funny, Fox, Forbes, and Russell Brand popped up as you watch both me and Russell Brand. So very cool. So I hope maybe one day I'll be on this channel. This is your daily stimulus check, second stimulus check, your daily stimulus check update, and your fourth stimulus check update, executive action, executive orders, and stimulus package. Listen to this. You're probably getting about $1,086 check very soon, but how exactly do you qualify for this big chunk of change? Well, if you're a family with at least 3 and have no real income, that applies to you. This is a much ridiculous needed check for the people in New Hampshire. We've heard a lot of people in California. We've seen all the pictures with the tents and everybody having trouble there with their finances, but yet nobody sees pictures of New Hampshire, yet they're having problems too, which they've had an increase in residents living in poverty during the pandemic, as many people have, as we've seen with our own eyes, although we've been trying to fight out of it, right, folks? If you live in New Hampshire, tell me your thoughts on this new $1,086 stimulus. If you know somebody there, please share this video with them so they get the money that they deserve. Let's not forget what happened to these states: Arizona, California, Connecticut, Florida, Georgia, Idaho, Maryland, Michigan, New Mexico, Ohio, Oklahoma, Tennessee, and Vermont. Each one has their very own form of stimulus as well. So we're going to cover that here. It's incredible. And yet we have viewers in every one of those states because we saw them we see them during the unemployment when we were going through the different states. How many people, literally we have people in every one of those states. So I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Arizona and Connecticut have a back to work benefit. This is in Arizona, you get $1,000 for part-time work, and they'll give you $2,000 for full-time workers. Governor Ned Lamont also announced Connecticut's back-to-work bonus, which was the $1,000 stimulus check. Very cool. That'll help businesses, if you have a business, to get workers back, because now you can tell them, look, I'm going to take care of you. Maybe you have a sign-on bonus, which I've covered sign-on bonuses in other videos, where people are willing to pay as much as $5,000 to $6,000 for you to come back to work. If you haven't seen that, check out the video. Interesting enough, though, Vermont is throwing a huge number out there, too. They're actually paying $7,500 just to move to their state. They need bartenders, nurses, and custodians pretty badly. I guess if you left California, you save the tax money that you'd have to pay in California, and then you move to Vermont, although I don't know what the taxes are in Vermont. Is Bernie real tax heavy? I don't know. California obviously has the Golden State stimulus, and I've covered it dozens of times here to make sure people get it. Meanwhile, Florida and Georgia, who I haven't talked about, have a $1,000 stimulus check going to teachers. Oklahoma has a total of $13 million in federal funding. It's giving away to student teachers. So you can be a student and a teacher, or student teacher, to teach students, but you're not a teacher. You know what I mean? Michigan and Tennessee are also giving its teachers $500, and Ohio is tossing out $46 million worth of grant money for students. So if you're a student, you can get some grant money to help you along. Ohioans might be eligible for a one-time income tax rebate, and the great state of Maryland has their statewide stimulus check for those who filed their earned income tax credit. People are getting $300, but if you have a kid, well, you'll get $500. There's a lot of money out there, really, to grab, so to get your hands on. This is free government money. I know businesses, lots of people, you don't realize it, but Amazon and Bezos and Elon Musk. Elon Musk, for a long time, Tesla wasn't making money. They were getting subsidized by carbon money that companies had to pay, which was structured so that it would go through the government. So actually they were losing money, but they were making money because of these carbon credits. It's strategy. So the government has always given a lot of money away. For the first time ever, I've been able to report it to you guys that you can actually get the money. It's mind-boggling now that they're actually helping you, because usually they've only helped the big guys. Like, for example, BMW, and I'm going to cover it. You can get a BMW absolutely for free. It's a strategy, which I'll tell you how to do it in a video. I got comments yesterday where people put BMW in the comments, so I'll do it for you guys so I can show you how to get a free BMW. Meanwhile, speaking of Michigan, 45 communities in the state are declining federal stimulus funds meant to help them recover from the pandemic. Conservative areas like Cambria in South Michigan, Bloomfield in Isabella County, and Franklin, well, they said no to $4 million as part of the American Rescue Plan. Cambria Township Supervisor Glenn Forbell declined $259,787 in federal stimulus funds, saying, quote, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Those are the scariest words you could hear," end quote. Pretty interesting words. It actually, the first time I ever heard it was in the 80s from President Reagan when he was running for president of the United States. He said those exact words, "I'm from the government and I'm here to help." Those are the scariest words I've ever heard. He wanted to reduce government, strip it down so we didn't have to pay as much for it. Pretty interesting words, though, and moving words. I think there's a lot of truth in it even till today. Franklin Township Supervisor Mary Sears said, quote, "There's too many things you have to comply with in order to accept the money, and we don't need it. It's not like it's life or death for us, end quote. So those Republican states basically feel that in true Republican fashion, although we have a lot of Republicans on this channel, as well as Democrats. We got everybody here, because I hate them all. There's, good and bad in both of them. At the end of the day, I only care about what's good for you guys. Limited government would be nice, which is what Republicans want. So also, when you have big inequity that's put, all through, and upward mobility stopping, that's when you go, we need government to intervene because the billionaires are taking over everything and not leaving much for the middle class. So we'll have to see what happens in the future. Are you for more government or less government? I'd love to know. Do you think they should have taken the handout or just left saying, no, thank you, I don't want it? These are the same states, communities that have rejected funds, unemployment benefits, and ended them early, all the same type of behavior. How do you guys feel about it? Are you from communities that rejected stimulus checks? I want to hear from your perspective. While you're at it, please hit the subscribe button if you haven't, because guess what? I'm giving away $2,000 when we hit 200,000 subscribers. If you like the content that I produce and put out and the research done for you so you don't have to, make sure you just throw a little thumbs up, subscribe, throw a comment. We're going to pick one when we hit 200,000 subscribers and give $2,000 away. Finally, let's talk about gas prices and what Biden has to say about it. Obviously, we have a lot of people pointing the finger at him for those raising prices, but the president has his suspicions about something else. The president called for federal regulations to investigate these oil companies to see what they've been involved in. Quote, illegal conduct, end quote. The thinking goes that they're profiting from high gas prices, as we know at the pump, that have skyrocketed during the pandemic. as you know, oil comes from the ground. They pull it out of the ground. In some countries, the oil is almost ready to go, very little refinement. So nothing's changed as far as where we get oil and where it comes from. So the prices, really, especially now, the issue is that gas prices have dropped, right? When we talk about it, they need to drop. In Biden's own words, quote, the bottom line is that gasoline prices at the pump remain high, even though oil and gas prices costs are declining. So if oil is going down, why is gas going up, right? The Federal Trade Commission has authority to consider whether illegal conduct is costing families at the pump. I believe you should do so immediately, end quote. That's from Biden. Despite those oil prices dropping, California broke its record yesterday. Their gas prices on average $4.68 regular per gallon. That's just regular, not even unleaded, not even, the supreme stuff. So Biden's right. Something doesn't add up. The fact that price of gas is way above the pre-pandemic averages has led to some eyebrows raising out there for sure, right? Biden didn't call them out by naming when he said the two major oil and gas companies more than doubled their income. It's interesting, to say the least, to see a U.S. president go after oil companies when he used the oil companies to line his pockets to help him get elected, right? We're all upset with these gas prices. I hope he's not just doing lip service. Why would he, though? I hope he's not. But what are your thoughts about the potential criminal activity? Is this just political speech that he's not going to do anything with? At least the checks are real. The story is a crazy one, so please let me know about your conversation and what you think about it in the comments below. You also enter to win $2,000. That's your stimulus check, second stimulus check, executive action and stimulus package update for Wednesday, November 17th, 2021. Also news. Thank you for tuning in. Happy weekend, your financial news. For sticking around, please leave a comment. Tell me what you had for coffee. Did you have coffee, tea, or maybe hot chocolate today? I'd